Welcome to the show.
Oh, the show.
We just banged these.
Oh. That's okay.
Okay.
First things first.
The microphone, not my energy drink.
We updating productions.
We going big, boy.
We going big. Yo, this thing is going nuts over here.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
Sorry if you're wearing headphones.
I can't wait to see what is going on.
Welcome to the weigh-in, guys, with Sam and Alec.
We're back. We are back with a very special episode. We are doing our top 5 favorite comedies of all time. So we were going to do this. We were going to do this in celebration of Sausage Party coming out.
We just saw Sausage Party.
So what we're doing this for a different reason now.
Yeah.
We're doing it so you can watch these movies and they can make you laugh.
Yeah.
Because Sausage Party, it really didn't.
Sammer, yeah. I mean, you disliked it more than me.
Yeah.
Okay, the weird thing with comedy, which I'll say, comedy is so subjective.
It is. This is true.
You know, everybody has their own taste. You know, somebody might watch Sausage Party and laugh their butt off. Granted, a lot of people in the theater were laughing, but not as much as I would think.
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
I thought it was gonna be
you know when the laughter just surrounds you in a comedy.
Exactly.
This one did it.
I thought we were gonna go nuts. I thought everybody's gonna be cracking up.
I said it. This is the comedy I was excited the most for this year.
It's weird because honestly, twice I kind of laughed out loud. That was it, just twice.
For me, I laughed a bit throughout the film. I was laughing continuously, but no gut busters for me.
No.
I watched Popstar this year, and that I had my abs were sore after I had an ab workout.
Yeah.
So I watched Popstar with Andy Samberg. It cracked me up. We're not going to say any spoilers. I mean, Sausage Party. I mean, it had a lot of social commentary as well. It had something to say, but I didn't think it was funny. And some of it I found... look, man, I'm not one to... I don't get offended easily.
No.
But even at times, I was kind of why are you even saying this? I find this kind of offensive at times. There was some, and this is going to sound weird for a guy that swears as much as I do. They overuse the F word and the C word. It's just too much.
Yeah, it's certain things. Let's say we were talking about Curb Your Enthusiasm or something like that.
Great show.
Where when he's swearing when he freaks out. So it's funny because it hits you in the face.
And he's not swearing the whole time. So when he has it, it has a massive effect.
Exactly. This was just stupid.
It's just non-stop. So I don't know. Maybe you'll watch it. Maybe you'll think it's hilarious. I normally love Seth Rogen stuff, so I am rather disappointed.
My sister was pretty disappointed to hear that from me because she was pretty excited to watch it, and I had to tell her, I'm listen, I love you, kid, but
just don't
pay for it.
Yeah,
watch it for free. And I felt really bad about that because I was pretty excited about it, which is a shame. And I hated saying it to my boss because my boss's brother worked on the movie. He was an animator on the movie, and then my boss was like, "Oh, he won't care. He just works on the movie. It has nothing to do with script."
Yeah,
so he's like, "How was the animation?" I'm like, "Animation was great.
It looked like a Pixar."
I was like, "Animation was great." So your brother did the job. You know?
But
he did a good job.
The jokes just never quite hit for me, and it felt like a bunch of 14-year-olds kind of wrote it.
It was kind of stupid.
And all the food puns. I'm like, oh my god.
It's a bit too much. Yeah.
There was one scene. I'm not going to get into spoilers, but there was one scene that really hit me, and it involved a certain meat product.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
That was one of the parts that I laughed.
I was was not quite gut busting, but I laughed, and I even said when the scene came up, I'm like, I know what they're going to do, and I can't wait for it, and they did it. So
that was a pretty good one.
So yeah, I mean, check out Sausage Party, judge for yourself. That's just our interpretation.
We said, subjective. You could love it. I don't know.
Exactly. There you go.
You'd be pretty dumb, but I'm kidding. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna do it like we did the times before. Yeah. Number 5, number 4. Yeah. We'll do for one person, number 5, number 4. For the other person, go up 3-2, 3-2.
Save our last one.
And then honorable mentions at the end. That's without facts. Just kind of blow through those ones.
Yeah, we got some fun facts for you guys here. We're gonna talk about why we love the movie. We hope. I mean, we might just start laughing out of nowhere. I'll say right now. Also, if let's say I have something at number 5 that he happens to have at number 2, we'll wait till we get to his that's at number 2. So we'll just jump in and we'll talk about it then.
This way we can talk about it together and kind of play off each other's facts and that kind of thing.
That's right. Also, I totally zoned out what I was going to say.
Well, until you get there. Well, what we're going to do today, this is going to be, a lot of you have been saying that you guys love our episodes. The only thing is they're kind of long and whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is going to be the first episode where we actually split it up into 2 because we know this is going to be at least an hour. Yeah. So what we're going to do is kind of on our end, we're going to cut it down the middle. So We'll kind of see what's going on, see how it's going, and then we'll cut it down the middle, and then kind of split into 2 episodes.
Yeah, so that way, our last video was 50 minutes, and we get it. A lot of you guys are busy. I don't normally, we're just starting here, so we don't expect you guys to listen to an hour of our bullshit.
It's hard. It's hard.
So we're just starting.
Yeah, and the people that are getting these 2-hour videos, they got a pretty big fan base, so they can do that stuff.
We're roughly a month in.
Yeah. And so we got to make the fans happy now. We can't just do whatever.
But once again, thanks for the kind words. I got some love for the last video. So really, guys, our top 5 favorite MMA fighters. By the way, this is the Wayne with Sam and Alec, all about MMA and movies.
We did that.
We did that?
Yeah, we did that.
I'm sorry, man. I got India's energy drink.
That's okay. So yeah, we're gonna start it off. We're gonna do top 5. Now these are favorite.
Our favorite.
Now some of the movies will be on the list depending on whether we just like them as a movie the best.
Yeah.
And some of them will be on because we laughed the hardest.
We just laughed our butt off.
So it's kind of a combination of kind of.
Which one matters to us most?
Yeah, and why it's there.
Because I'll say right now, my number 1 is hilarious, but it was the story that I loved so much. You know what I mean? Me
too.
So,
my number 1 is a combination of the story and the comedy.
Because they're just good films.
Yeah.
And I'll say right now, I expected some of my films to be lower, but they have, in terms of Rotten score, they're really high.
I know, mine's really high on this. I was really happy.
And which was surprised because I like some dumb, stupid comedies.
That's the thing.
So, we'll have our top 5 and some honorable mentions. So, this was the hardest list I ever had to do.
Yeah.
This was almost impossible.
Yeah.
Literally almost impossible. I know I said that for the action films. I said it for the comic book films. This was legitimately, I was crying not choosing some movies.
My list changed about 6 or 7 times.
Mine changed
adding
4
movies
times.
In because one of the movies I watched by accident the other day, and I was like,
such a good film, yeah.
I can't believe it's not in the list. So I had to rework stuff, talking to my dad, because my dad, honestly, I gotta admit, he introduced me to a lot of movies growing up.
Yeah.
A lot of comedies, a lot of action, so I gotta thank him for those. So he's definitely gonna love this list.
Yeah, absolutely.
And my boss I was talking to as well, because he likes comedies too, so it was just kind of like just naming the movies and seeing if they fit on the list. Movies that we love and movies that other people love.
Yeah, exactly. So, want to get the list? You want me to get the list?
Yeah,
so here we go. Our top 5 favorite comedies. I'm going to start with my 5 and 4.
Yeah.
So at number 5, I have an absolute classic, a movie I just revisited recently, and that's the great movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I know it's at number 5, and I'm sure a lot of you who are watching this are like, that's only at number 5? It's stupendous. I just never really grew up with the film.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
So I'm kind of new to it. Yeah. I always knew of it. I only ever, honestly, when I would watch this film, it'd be at parties. My buddy, we'd always, for some reason, have it, in high school. We'd always have it in the back, and I'd see parts of it. So, it just never really stuck with me. Is this on your list at all?
No.
No, it's not. Okay, so it's actually kind of shocking. So,
and which is weird because I actually grew up with this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
This is one of those movies that my dad made me watch. Well, not made me watch, but watch with me when I was 5 or 6. Which I watched a lot of movies when I was 5 or 6, and that's probably why I'm a little cranked out to this day because I watch movies I probably shouldn't have watched.
Yeah, there's some out there. So Monty Python and the Holy Grail, 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, that's just based on what it did. It was inspiration for so many things. So I have some fun facts, and the facts on this I really want to read, because they are so funny. Mm-hmm. So maybe some of you guys know this, maybe you don't. But so here's a really fun fact: the coconuts they use for when they're galloping, the coconut. That's right. Now we have a mic, so they can hear that. When they use that, they had to actually use the coconuts because they just couldn't afford horses.
Yeah.
So they had to just
which is hilarious, which makes it so funny because you see them going like this.
It's so much more effective because the guys
way
just
funnier
doing that.
It makes you. It's just an extra joke they could have added in that was legitly funny because nobody was doing that kind of shit at that time.
So then the other funny, well, not just a funny fact, this is just really cool. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon raised money from that album to help make this movie.
That's pretty cool.
And apparently when they were making albums afterwards, they'd stop and watch the movie because they loved it so much. Pink Floyd, one of the greatest rock bands of all time. So that's amazing. The killer rabbit. I got to talk about the killer rabbit scene, which is my favorite. One of my arguably hardest I've ever laughed. For those of you, by the way, we're talking spoilers on all these films, by the way, guys. So we won't,
there will be spoilers.
This movie came out in the 70s. So
I would have written that in the description, so don't worry.
Exactly. Yeah. So the killer rabbit scene, when they introduce that scene, when you just see a cute little bunny, That's probably one of my favorite scenes in the history of comedy. I love that so much. When you see this cute little rabbit, the guy's like, "I'll take care of it," and then it's clearly a puppet, and it just rips the guy's throat out. And I was howling.
And that's something you do see nowadays, like just something cute that goes crazy in attack. Time, but that's what I mean. Like that started it all, because you don't think about these like, oh, I see it all the time, but you see this is happening in the 70s, right?
Yeah,
and they're pulling that kind of stuff off. So these are the like originators of this
exactly.
kind of stuff.
That's why I have it on influence alone, like,
and
that's
probably why like a lot of it goes. That's why the rating goes up a lot,
because when you're like the first person to do something, like you have
it's so original, right?
Exactly. So what's funny about that scene though was that obviously that was a real rabbit. They borrowed it from someone. They rented it out. They never bought their own rabbit. So what happened is once the rabbit kills everybody, the rabbit just drenched in blood. So what that was red dye. And what happened was they threw the red dye on, and after the scene was done, they thought the red dye would wash out easily. It didn't. So they had to stop everything and try to wash the rabbit because the owner was coming. And to no avail, they couldn't wash the rabbit in time, and the owner was pretty pissed.
That's pretty funny.
And the makers of the film after, like the Monty Python guy said, like, "Yo, we were new to filmmaking, so if we like knew something like this was gonna happen, we just would have bought our own damn rabbit."
Yeah.
They're not that expensive, so. I mean, I love this film so much. Like the Black Knight scene, I don't need to go into it. That's one of the most classic bits in all of comedy.
True.
And the Tim the Enchanter scene where he's just lighting off flames for no reason. I don't know what that is, but that slapstick comedy is cracks me up so much.
Show. He's just trying to like show how badass he is, but it's so stupid.
Exactly. Yeah. So Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That's my number 5. So classic. Perfect. Belongs on the list for sure. So my number 4 is one that's like personal to me because I watch it all the time in high school, and it's weird because it's a stoner comedy, and I normally don't get into stoner comedies too much. I'm not a stoner, so no offense if you are. But my number 4 is Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. I
didn't know that was going to be on your list, honestly.
I do it, yes, and I do have Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle over Monty Python and the Search for Holy Grail.
Honestly,
and the Holy Grail.
That movie's hilarious, and you saw that just recently.
Yeah.
I went to White Castle
for the first time. I've never been to White Castle. I only have those microwave cheeseburgers.
Exactly, and we were making jokes, me and the guy I went with, that we've been waiting for this for 12 years. Yeah. Basically, when that movie came out,
totally.
We've been waiting to go to White. Good. They taste really good.
Do they taste good? The little miniature slides?
They're worth it.
Yeah, no, I believe you.
I get this. I get the adventure now.
Man, the thing with that's the thing with the film is that it is an awesome adventure story.
Yeah.
Like these guys are just stoned. All they want is to get some cheeseburgers, and they go through hell and high water to get them.
And it's legitly funny.
It is, one of the stupidest scenes in the history of comedy, and one of like the funniest is that cheetah scene. When they find the cheetah and they just ride it for no reason. Oh. Like you see on the television, they're just like, it's like a cheetah escaped from the zoo, and you're like, what does that have to do with anything? Then they run into the cheetah and they ride the freaking thing. It's so hilarious. And then here's some fun facts. Kal Penn Kumar is a vegetarian in real life, so those burgers are veggie burgers. Okay. They had to make them veggie burgers. They look like real burgers to me. This is probably my favorite part of the movie is the diarrhea twin scene. When the two girls taco shits. Is the diarrhea twins? Yeah, the taco shits.
Well,
when they're having a
they say they play battle shits. You want to play battle shits.
These two like hot twins have a game of battle shits in the toilet together. So they're each in different stalls. And apparently that scene where they got the noises from were a truck stop. They got real shits for that scene. And it's so disgusting. Like the sound guys would just go and like film truck stop shits. And they sounded
film school for that.
They sounded fantastic. So Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Great love story as well. It's kind of inspirational too, because Harold in the movie is just an office worker who gets bullied all the time by his coworkers,
and she's really hot.
And he falls in love with this girl who like later on becomes his wife throughout. Yeah. And I like all 3 of these films.
They're really good.
Like I do have
even
Harold
the third one was so
the third one was I love it. Guantanamo Bay. Like I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just a great trilogy. Like, and it's so hard. Like, how many good comedy sequels are there? Like, there's not a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I could probably count like 7. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the whole series is great. Has once again, fun adventure, great love story. It's inspirational. He finally sticks up to these bullies at the end, and it just makes you feel good. And you never want a cheeseburger more than after that movie. Like, when they were eating it and just sipping on the Pepsi and eating the fries and like pouring ketchup in their mouths, that was I absolutely adore that film. So that's my number 4. So
you done with that? I just wanted to say one quick thing.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that movie is when the hillbilly picks him up in the truck.
Oh god, the dude from Oz.
Yeah.
What's the
Oz, and he was the badass cop in SVU.
SVU, yeah. The Freak Show.
Yeah.
When Freak Show picks him up and
I was like dying at that part.
Oh, he was so gross. Like, and they're like looking at his boils and they're like gooing
when
out
he's just freaking out for no reason.
He's just ripping his neck. And then they're like talking about how gross he is, and they're like, he's right there, he can hear you. And then they're like, no, he can't. He has all that crust in his ears. And he's like, I heard everything you said.
Oh, I love that part so much.
So yeah, Harold and Kumar number 4. What's your number 4 and 5?
Okay, number 5.
Oh, 74 and Rotten. I'm sorry.
Okay,
go ahead. Go ahead.
No problem. So number 5. This is, in my opinion, a huge movie. I mean, in a lot of people's opinion, I'm sure. Started a lot of movies.
Okay.
Started a lot of like themed movies, trend, I guess. Yeah, the trend. Yeah. 2005's 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh.
Directed by Judd Apatow.
Okay, I'm going to stop you because that's higher on my list.
Okay, higher on your list.
So that is higher on my list.
40-Year-Old Virgin, 85% on Rotten.
Yes.
Legit good movie. We'll get into it.
Yeah, it's higher on my list, so we're going to get to 40-Year-Old Virgin for you guys. All right? Okay. Sorry to stop you.
No, that's what we said. This is what we're doing.
It's higher. So.
Yeah. Number 4.
Yep.
1994.
Oh, okay.
Dumb and Dumber.
Oh. You know what? It is higher on my list.
Really?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to give your number 3 so you can talk a little bit, or do you know what it is? Do you want to do Dumb and Dumber right now?
Sure. Let's just.
Okay. I'm gonna get rid of it. My number 2 was Dumb and Dumber.
Wow.
My number 2 was Dumb and Dumber. Go ahead and give me your spiel.
Well, how about I do 40-Year-Old Virgin? Because Dumb and Dumber.
That's really high on my list. It's really high on my list. You ruined my list.
Okay. Okay. I'll do number 3.
Okay, go ahead.
My number 3 is 1994. Again.
Yeah.
Coming to America.
1994? Is that in the 80s?
Oh, maybe that's 84. Maybe I wrote that down
wrong.
Yeah,
1984.
Yeah, sorry. That's
Eddie Murphy was really young in that film.
Yeah, no, it was 83, 84. Sorry, I got the Dumb and Dumber thing. I wrote it twice.
That's all right.
Rotten Tomatoes, 69%.
That's insane to me, actually.
I think it would be higher.
Because Eddie Murphy was like, at that time, he owned the 80s.
Yeah, this was the high quality ones, which were, this is my during the time of Beverly Hills Cop, 48 Hours, Coming to America, Trading Places.
All those classic films.
Directed by John Landis, and John Landis also did Trading Places. That comes into some of the facts a little bit later.
He did American Werewolf in London and the Thriller video as well. Yeah.
There you go.
He's the man.
So, story, he is the Prince of Zamunda, which is obviously a fictional country. His dad is Mufasa, or Darth Vader's voice.
That Darth Vader, yeah.
Or the Serpent King from Conan the Barbarian.
Or James Earl Jones.
Yeah, a.k.a. James Earl Jones. And basically, he's a prince. He's given everything he wants. Ladies, honeys, all this kind of stuff.
Honey money.
Honey money.
Your royal penis is clean.
Best line. And he's given whatever he wants. But what he wants is to fall in love, to meet a woman and actually have her love him for him.
It's a beautiful story.
It really is so good. So his father, he talks to his father and whatever. He ends up wanting to go to travel to meet his woman. And his father's like, oh, he's going to sow his royal oats.
That's a really good impression.
Thank you.
That was Vader up in here. We got Vader up in here.
Simba. Thank you.
He's so G'd up in the movie. I love him.
He's so good. He's got a lion scarf.
He has a lion scarf.
And it's biting itself.
I want that so bad. It's so boss.
So he basically talks him into it. So he decides to go to America, go to New York, which he's heard is very popular. He's like, oh, where should we go to New York? So he's looking around, and he sees an area in New York called Queens, which is ghetto.
It's the scariest. When they filmed that scene, I'm like, that is terrifying.
Yeah, so he sees Queens. He's like, oh, Queens. That's where I'm going to find my queen. It's Queens.
It's so god-awful.
And he's with Arsenio Hall.
Who's hilarious in the film.
Hilarious.
Nice.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I know. But I thought I said hilarious.
I thought you did. So he's with him, and honestly, it's so funny. Arsenio Hall, he's like his best buddy. No, I'm not going to say kind of servant, but whatever.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, but he likes the high life. Like, he hates the idea of going to Queens, living in a shitty motel, or a shitty apartment, sorry. He hates the idea of working, and it is just an amazing movie. He finds love. He's looking for love. He finds it. It's the stuff that leads up to it is just so funny. Watch this movie. Absolutely love it. I'll say the word Soul Glow.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. And when you see Soul Glow, you will laugh your ass off.
It's such a good it's such a great throwback film. Like to see what it was like at that time and stuff.
Oh, it's making fun of the time, and it's in the time.
And he works at McDonald's, and like
McDowell's,
and like the jokes about how like it's different than McDonald's.
Yeah.
So
how it's
funny.
the biggest knockoff ever. It's hilarious. So
I love how his face is on the money.
Yeah,
like whenever he has a coin, like his face is on it.
It's so cool. Like you guys need to watch this.
Coming to America. It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
check out Coming to America if you haven't. It's great.
This is the one that made it on my list. This is a movie that I completely forgot about, but then Simon was watching it, and I was just like, "Oh God." I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
So in this movie, this is the first time Eddie ever played multiple characters in a film,
which is now known for.
Yeah, which is his most famous thing.
Yeah.
And Arsenio Hall played multiple characters as well. This is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s first on-screen appearance.
Yo, isn't Nicolas Cage in this movie as well? I swear he's flipping burgers in the back. He doesn't have a single line.
I'd have to see because the only person I saw working there was Louis Anderson.
Louis Anderson's my favorite character in that film. He's so awkward and weird. I don't know why he made Louis Anderson. I grew up with the cartoon, so I love Louis Anderson.
Everybody loves Louis.
I think it was just
Lucky
Louis.
No,
Lucky Louis.
That's Louis C.K.
Yeah. I think it was called Louis.
Yeah. Cuba Jr.'s first on-screen appearance. He's getting his haircut at the barbershop.
Who's my boy for the Samuel L. Jackson's in it?
First screen appearance as well.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
See, that's how crazy that movie is.
Yeah.
Like, so many people I know
and it's
haven't
weird
watched it.
because he looks so much better than he did in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Like, not better, sorry, older.
Oh, yeah, I think they grade him up or something like
that.
Yeah,
he was pretty good. And this is a cool scene. If you've ever seen Trading Places, which was a movie before this one, by the same director, it's with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. They're the main characters. They're switching places, basically. Dan Aykroyd is the rich guy. Eddie Murphy's the poor guy. Switch places. Anyways, when Eddie gives two homeless guys money in this film,
I had to look this up because I haven't seen Trading Places.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know. I'm like, what was the significance?
There's a significance. Yeah. They're called the Duke brothers. They're from 1983 Trading Places.
Okay.
So
throwback.
Yeah, exactly.
And like own universe comedy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in this movie, Eddie's character was responsible for them losing their money.
Oh,
so he's giving them money in this
brilliant.
one.
That's so cool.
Which I thought was really, really cool.
Oh, sweet.
So that's my number 4.
Yeah.
My number 5, we're gonna wait until it hits 40 over.
Was that your 4 or 3?
Oh, sorry, that was my 3.
Yeah, because
we had to skip 5 and 4.
We're gonna get to those ones quick, I promise. So I'm gonna do. So you're all good with Coming to America?
Sure.
Coming to America, Eddie Murphy classic. If you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix now. I just watched it like this year.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was just one of those ones that went over my head. So I absolutely adore it.
Again, my dad.
Yeah, fair enough. My mom never really watched. Let me watch Eddie Murphy movies.
But for me, it was just growing up. My parents didn't care about violence or cursing. It's just if there was nudity in a movie.
No.
Or if I knew it was coming, I'd just fake go into the bathroom until I knew the scene was over, and then I'd come on. Hey, are you guys liking the movie, Mom, Dad?
Are the boobies gone? Oh, damn it. All right, so now to my list. I'm going to do my number 3 too.
Yeah.
So my number 3 is, for a long time, it would have been my number 1, but with evolution of comedy and all these things, this movie kind of fell a little further back. I still absolutely adore it. It's a 1994 Kevin Smith classic, Clerks. This movie changed the game for a lot of independent film, which is what's so great about this film. Like, Kevin Smith made this movie for $27,000 on maxed out credit cards, selling his comic book collection, and borrowing $3,000 from his parents. He dropped out of film school to do it. He was working at the Quick Stop where the film takes place at the time. For those of you who don't know, this movie's all about 2 convenience store workers who hate their freaking life. And they want to get out, but they're stuck there because that's just the way their lives are going. So Kevin Smith made the film on $27,000. It's black and white. It's everything's one shot. Like, he'd place a camera and then go film whatever. Like, there was no camera movement. It was all about the dialogue. The introduction of the 2 classic characters, Jay and Silent Bob, which, I mean, this movie started the View Askew universe, which has got your Dogma, you got your Mallrats, you got your Chasing Amy, all those Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. This started it all. Yeah. So, I mean, I remember actually the first Kevin Smith film I ever watched was Dogma. Yeah. And so then I came back, I watched them all in order, and I watched Clerks, and I just remember I watched this movie so much in high school. Like, I have it basically memorized.
My first one was Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah,
and then I had to go back and watch the whole universe.
Because Kevin Smith keeps his stuff in his universe, so you basically have to watch every single film to get.
I thought it was the coolest thing seeing all the characters.
Yeah.
Because all the characters are there in Jay and Silent Bob, but I don't know any of their backstories, and then you see all the backstories leading up, which is so cool to me.
The guy that plays Randall was actually originally supposed to be Kevin Smith, but he couldn't memorize all the lines. So that's why Randall has all the funniest lines. The guy that works in the video store.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to tell a lot of jokes, but we can't say F-bombs, so I don't want to just quote the movie verbatim. It's fantastic. It's also a movie I can like really relate with, because being in university, as long as I was in high school, I had so many monotonous, shitty jobs that drove me crazy. And this film captures it perfectly. And this film basically like makes you want to. This film says what you want to say to every customer. Mm-hmm. Like go to hell. I don't want to talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want? Or, all these things. This movie coined the term for me, mouth breathers. So whenever I'd work at I don't work at a retail store anymore, but when I get out, people come in like all these freaking mouth breathers.
I find that very offensive. When I sleep, I breathe out of my mouth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you have a sinus problem, so that's okay. But no, here's some fun facts. So I told you the $27,000. Like, I mean, he made so much money because of the film. If this movie wasn't a success, he would have been in so much debt. It would have been crazy. So like Kevin Smith has some balls on
into it. Yeah.
He put some balls on it. He took the money from film school too to make this film. He dropped out. Here's a fun fact: the F word is said 91 times in the film. So that's pretty high numbers for 1994, I think. It's obviously R-rated. It has an 88 on Rotten. So this film is really well respected. The Milkmaid, which I do to this day now, I check for the latest, when you see Ava Milk and you want to see the latest date. The Milkmaid in the film is Kevin Smith's mother in real life.
Oh, that's fun.
So here's my favorite fact: in the original cut of the film, Dante, the guy that works at the Quick Stop, was supposed to get killed. A robber comes into the store and shoots him. And then from one of Kevin Smith's friends tells him, that's a bad idea, though. You can do something with these characters. And he kept him alive. And then we got Clerks 2, which was hysterical. I absolutely love Clerks 2.
Clerks 1, better movie. Clerks 2, way funny.
I think Clerks 2 has more laugh-out-loud moments for me. So once again, this has to do with the story as well. It also has to deal with relationships and what you have to go through to people that I notice a lot of my friends they tend to go after the girl that treats them like shit, opposed to staying with the girl that treats them great. I'm not talking about you specifically. See, it looks so sad.
It's just my whole life.
It's just psychology, man.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it deals with relationships and what people a guy's mental mindset with females, and I think it's just absolutely brilliant. And I watched it a million times.
Yeah.
It plays a special heart it's in my heart, man. I love that film. Made Kevin Smith the man he is today. Unfortunately, Kevin Smith has kind of stopped making super high quality films.
It's fine.
But it is what it is. I still love him. I love Comic Book Man. Kevin Smith's still the man.
That's a good show, actually.
Comic Book
you
Man on
introduced
AMC.
me to that. I kind of really enjoyed
Yeah, watch Comic Book Man if you're a fan of comics and all that stuff. It's really cool. So my number 3 is Clerks. Mm-hmm. Okay, so my number 2 was your number. I think your 4. Dumb and Dumber.
Okay,
you can go.
So what we're gonna do right now, because we're hitting about that 27 mark.
Okay,
I got this timer right here.
We're gonna hit it.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut this right now.
Yes.
This is a good time to cut it.
Yeah.
And we're at about that half an hour mark, so we want to keep it there. And we're gonna be back with my number 5, my number 4. Pretty much all my movies.
And I got my 2 and 1 coming, and you can kind of do the math.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
If you have any education, you'll figure out what my number 1 and 2 are because of his number 4 and 5.
Just the process of elimination.
Yeah. So we're gonna cut this at 27.
Yeah, we're gonna cut it right now and come back to it. So
okay.
I guess we'll.
Sounds good. We'll see you guys really soon.